when you're sitting, sometimes you'll be thinking about going back to your regular life. You know, I bet you sometimes you had thoughts, when is this going to be over? And then you get back home and you go, I want to go back to that. And that's the mind that we don't want to really listen to. We want to just keep returning to what's in front of us, which is very easy to explain. It's like if you were learning how to drive, you pay attention, like looking at the horizon or pay attention, you know, and you learn how to drive really automatically almost. But with Zen, it's not automatic. It's like returning to, like you might have a thought, oh, I've done 3 days, so there's 4 more days. You might have some idea like, well, who wants it? Who's adding 3 and 4 to get 7? Who's doing that? What am I? And then, so you kind of catch yourself with that linear type of thinking. And you're not sitting there like a computer and beep, you just had a dualistic thought, beep, you had another dualistic thought. You're not trying to check yourself, but you notice what the mind does. And then all you have to do is to breathe out, don't know. So we teach, he gave a very simple meditation instruction that what we usually teach a brand new student, if they're coming for a retreat or something, is to breathe out, don't know. Inhale, clear mind, breathe out, don't know. And clear mind, you don't have to say clear mind, but just a clear inhalation, then a long, twice as long, don't know. Because it's like, don't know what? Your cognitive, your dualistic mind wants to know, what do I don't know? But you just repeat, don't know. So pretty soon your brain's not thinking. You're not giving it anything to think about. So when you leave the retreat, and you'd like to keep some of that nice energy you had from when you left the retreat, just say, who's looking for that? Don't know. Just go learn to challenge that. Like, God, there's something that I had there that I don't have here. What is that? Don't know. So you just have to notice that dualistic thought. I want, you understand? Yeah. So, but the thing that I would really like to tell people is how powerful that is to sit 7 days. Last winter, I went to Kilche in Providence Zen Center for 7 weeks, which I hadn't done in years. Because I'm retired now, so I gave myself permission to do that, and it wasn't easy because I was really, the mind is, it's embarrassing. But it's like, you think after all these years I could just gaze at the floor and don't know, but I saw Minnie Mouse at one point up against a wall. Like, I had this image of Minnie Mouse where I haven't seen her in a long time. She's not on the cartoons anymore, but she was in my head from when I was a kid, really. And with the big shoes and the bow in her hair. I was like, where did that come from? I mean, Jesus, like, what are you doing here? It's like, so I just kind of went, oh, back to don't know. And so it's really not easy. It's not easy to drop all of that information we have in our head, amazing amount of information. And we have our opinions, we have our ideas, we have our desires, we have what we don't want, and it's like, it's a lot. And one thing I was attracted to Buddhism in the beginning was because it explains all of that mind stuff very clearly about, our ideas. It's very clear. There's no guilt or blame. It's just that you're thinking about this and that, and how do you stop that and just be with. And if you're just with, then your intuition, your wisdom, and as he said, it's inside you. Well, it's really not inside or outside, but it's there. We can connect. We're no longer an isolated grain of sand on the earth. We're part of the whole thing, and we can have those experiences where it's not about, like I have this thing that I do about we're really messing up this earth, and we've destroyed the environment, and we're overpopulating, and there's more greed than ever. There's more misinformation than ever, and it's like, what a mess, and I'll think that way, and it's like, that's not helpful. There's a lot of very wonderful, clear teachings and people that are following practice and on this earth, and all we can do is just try to encourage that. Like for me to be hot here on Friday night and show up, it's just like, why? Because I want you to understand how to meditate. That's why. So you find, as Francisco very eloquently said, you kind of find your balance, you find your way, and you use the ups and downs that we have as a teacher. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah.